Coming up on today's episode, we'll explore ZoomInfo Technologies and how it's leveraging AI to revolutionize sales and marketing strategies, making it a potential game changer in the industry. Could the innovative use of predictive analytics be the key to dominating the business-to-business market? But first, we'd like to thank our sponsor, Brain Sensei. So if you're looking to master project management and ace your PMP exam, Brain Sensei offers engaging, story-based learning experiences to make complex concepts easy to understand. Check them out and see if they can help you achieve your career goals. Promotional link is in the description. Okay, so back to ZoomInfo. This is an interesting company. It's founded sometime around 2007 by a gentleman called Henry Schuck. The ZoomInfo Technology provides a cloud-based platforming offering comprehensive information on organizations and professionals. Sounds a bit like a digital spy to me. It's headquartered obviously in Vancouver, Washington. The company assets assists businesses in identifying target customers, tracking buying signals, engaging through automated sale tools. Over the years, ZoomInfo has grown significantly, acquiring various companies to enhance its database and technology, cementing a position as a leader of B2B intelligence. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to use our SWOT analysis to decide if the strength of the company is worth it, the weaknesses of companies are against us, if there's any opportunities left for the company for it to grow, and whether there's any threats that could hinder any investment in this company. So let's crack on. Now, ZoomInfo Technologies Inc. Looks like it's established itself quite firmly within the business intelligence and data analytics industry, although I would have thought Google would be breathing down the neck quite heavily at the moment. The platform is designed to provide comprehensive go-to-market intelligence for sales and marketing teams who are too lazy to go and do their own research. It uses AI-powered tools to do this, and it helps businesses identify target customers basically and helps them engage with them. Quite simple stuff. This is obviously stuff that's gone on for business managers and sales managers for centuries. I would have thought. I think you go back to the medieval period, they're probably doing it there. Now, if we actually look at what ZoomInfo does, it's cloud-based. It's a cloud-based platform, so basically it's a website from our point of view. Which is crucial for the sales and marketing strategies. Includes continually updated predictive lead and company scoring, buying signals, and other relevant data attributes. It actually kind of looks like a lot of kind of market things for us to buy stocks and shares, really. The companies that provide information on other companies. Just doing it in an automated way and just giving B2B sales pitches. Quite simple, really. Market leadership and recognition is quite well. It's there. It's well established. The company's received numerous accolades, gives it a market lead, which puts it in the top 10 for what was it? I came across here. G2 Spring 2024 grid reports. And it swept all 6 eligible categories in the Trust Radius Top Rated Awards for customer satisfaction. Now, I'm sure if you work in this industry, it means a hell of a lot to you, but that is what that is. It's simple. It's been the forefront of integrating AI into its services, with the latest products being ZoomInfo's Copilot, which leverages the AI to enhance the sales capabilities, helping sellers operate more efficiently and effectively. So when we expand and we look at ZoomInfo's strategic partnerships, it seems to have partnered with a company called Trust Radius to alleviate revenue anxiety by integrating decision maker contact information directly into ZoomInfo's sale platform. It's a very grey suited thing to do, but obviously if it keeps everything working, that's great. The company's reported strong financial results with earnings per share of around 26 cents on the dollar, which has surpassed analyst estimates, and revenue for the last quarter, which is the first quarter of 2024, is around $310 million. Looking at investor place, there's above exceeding expectations. The stock is projected to have an upswing, but we don't go into that on this channel. I just try and give you some information on the strength of the company. Visit MarketBeat or InvestorPlace or FinViz or ADFN or wherever you go to get your information on share price and things like that. But it looks like it's promising. Let's put it that way. It's continuing to innovate with its AI power solutions, and the ZoomInfo Copilot looks like it could be quite good. These developments do look like they indicate ZoomInfo's got a robust position in the market, solid technology on the ground. Company looks strong financially. I can't see any huge problems there. So as it could be a valuable investment if you're looking to buy into business intelligence and data analytics. But obviously there's going to be weaknesses, so let's have a look at those. So obviously there are always going to be issues when it comes to tech companies of overvaluation and high valuations of the share price given price to earnings issues. Seems to be a lot of skepticism with this company as to whether it is overvalued. I can't tell if people are buying this product. As far as I'm concerned, it makes it stable. It's not going to give dividends, fair enough, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to look a gift horse in the mouth, basically. So on top of any stock price volatility, when we actually look at the problems of the company itself, the weaknesses of the company, there are some issues there. As with anything that deals with data, there's going to be data privacy issues, and this company has faced legal challenges related to data privacy. I've come across one which is the case of Martinez versus ZoomInfo Technologies Inc. The company was accused of misappropriating personal information without consent to sell to subscriptions. Sell subscriptions for its services. This is a lawsuit which has highlighted potential risks for misuse of personal data, basically. I found this on a website called Epic. Obviously there's probably more details out there, so go check that out if you're interested in whether this is an ongoing problem. But a lot of companies are facing these kind of data protection issues, which is why there's so many laws around data protection at the moment. One of the other problems the company has is ZoomInfo's core product relies heavily on accuracy and quality of its data. Now, maintaining that data will require significant investment in data acquisition and maintenance. A lot of high quality data analysts that need to be employed just to keep an eye on the AI. AI never runs by itself. Don't ever believe that. There's always going to be people sat around the computer hitting delete, hitting various buttons to keep it ticking over. It's an awful thing, but that's what it is basically. And that obviously then leads to the technical outage, the failures and recent issues over technical competence. There's been instances where users have been unable to log into the platform, causing interruptions to the service. Obviously that's going to undermine user confidence and lead them to go elsewhere if it's something that kept happening. There's obviously competition, which we'll deal with when we get to the overall market problems, but all of this adds to negative press concerns and obviously analyst downgrades. Now, if you're investing in something that doesn't have dividends and you're only relying on either stability of stock price or at least a little bit, so you get a little bit of profit from that, downgrades from analysts that are basically at the beginning of any description of the company can cause a problem. Morgan Stanley recently reduced its target price from $20 down to $18 and set something called an equal weight rating on the stock. Wells Fargo has lowered their price objection from a staggering $28 down to $21. Now it's these downgrades which reflect broader concerns in the market about ZoomInfo's ability to sustain growth due to the operational challenges that affect the company directly from its own abilities rather than external factors. That makes it quite interesting and gives a real balance to basically what the company's able to do. it's kind of like, I don't know, Virgin Galactic, interesting technology, but nobody has any confidence in it. Now at the moment a lot of companies are using this, but as AI progresses, that's going to change. So let's look at the wider market and see what we see in there as to whether this is even worth investing in the first place. So the opportunities in the market. Clearly this is a company that operates in the business intelligence and data analytics industry, which before I made this video and started researching it, I did not know existed. Providing the obvious go-to-market intelligence engagement platforms for sales and marketing teams. Very boring stuff, but obviously there's a lot of money there for grey-suited managers to get their head around. It's a cloud-based design, which a lot of other companies are kind of pouring into, because this is the nature of the business itself, and given that it's cloud-based and they don't own the actual technology itself, they just own the software technology part of it. It basically means there's a lot of potential there for growth. So if we look at the actual size of the market, it's got robust trajectory of growth, and it's projected to reach 105 billion by 2027, with an annual growth rate of about 12%. Incredible, believe me. The growth is driven by an increase in adoption of AI and machine learning technologies, which basically means a lot of people can get fired along the way in order to bring all this stuff in. Now there are opportunities in the market for this company. There's new markets for it to move into, new countries, new sectors, as businesses across various industries continue to recognize the value of data-driven decision making. There's going to be substantial opportunity for ZoomInfo to expand its customer base. The company already serves a wide range of industries, including software, business services, manufacturing, telecommunications, financial services. Now I can imagine this kind of reaching out into most markets and being available for everybody, since it's just basically just creating information, digesting it, and then giving it to some grey-suited managers to decide what to do with it. Any commitment to AI capabilities at the moment is going to be quite hot. Share price off the back of that, I can see this being a new bubble kind of forming, but ride that bubble while you can, if it's there, and we could see strong financial performances from most companies, I think, in the artificial intelligence industry as a whole. Going to be quite interesting. Now, of course, there are going to be threats to the market, to the AI market and to the data analyst market. If you think about it, you're going to have, if it's artificial intelligence coming in and it's not enhancing people's ability to do their job, but rather replacing them, then you're going to end up with a potential there for very disgruntled workers. These disgruntled workers going off and creating other platforms which can rival AI in a way. The customer service element of it is able to rival these companies within it. So that's potentially could be an upset that could flip the market on its head. You're going to have supply chain disruptions, which in this instance will be a mixture of ability to create the servers needed to maintain the extensive AI matrix and the ability to process the data and retain that data. If the people making these factories, making this equipment, so we're talking about everything from chipboards, PC boards, transistors, resistors, microchips, the works, all of that, the hardcore technology, if they go by the wayside, if that fails, then that equipment gets more expensive, and obviously that gets passed on to customers. If you're putting out people out of jobs, and people you're retaining get more and more expensive, and then they'll get a point in the future in which what they're doing isn't being passed on, and that technology that they were maintaining becomes obsolete as default off the back of that. Now we're already seeing that in the software industry, in which older languages such as COBOL, C, x86, all that stuff, the stuff from the 80s and 90s, because those engineers, those software engineers, are now retiring and they haven't passed that information on sufficiently to the next generation, who have been obsessed with Java and Python, things like that. It basically means that there's a whole range of data that is going to be obtainable and recoverable, because basically there isn't anybody there who knows how to utilize the software to access any of that stuff. Think about how many satellites are up in space at the moment which use old software from 70s and 80s, which are now defunct because basically the people on the ground can't operate them. You'd be surprised how big a problem this is going to be in the future, and it may well be a video that I will do all by itself. Now, the problem with AI is that eventually AI has become strong enough that they can multitask, and if you think about ChatGPT, eventually this will be able to take on all the tasks at such a success and design competence that most people go to it rather than buying specialized software from companies like ZoomInfo. Yeah, I can't tell you how much AI is going to change things as it develops and it eats everything up. Eventually you'll end up with just one company at the center of it all, which basically runs everything because their software is so good that it does everything, and it will probably be free and full of adverts. But there you go. So it's interesting how all this is going to pan out. But yeah, the threats to these companies are basically threats from each other, lots of competition. The usual problems are regulation, which we won't even go into because we'll be here all day. It's all going to happen. It's all going to change very soon. But yeah, definitely ZoomInfo is interesting. So in conclusion, ZoomInfo is very much it's an established company, but it potentially is also an older company which doesn't have a future because basically it hasn't caught up with the developments in AI the way it thinks it has. Although it's bringing it in now with Copilot in order to kind of do stuff on the ground with its product, there is the potential that it won't be able to keep ahead of what's there. These companies feel a lot like the software companies that are around in the 1990s. Sorry to say that, but it does look that way, and it is possible that the valuation of its shares is exactly that. It is overvalued purely because of that, because not because of anything negative they're doing, but because they can't get out of the way of what the market is creating and producing. Their technology is more than competent, believe me. It's just whether they're able to kind of weather the cosmic disaster that is AI that is going to take out companies like this. But it's up to you. If you're interested in these type of companies, software is very boring for me. Even though I know how to code quite well, I actually find the whole thing very boring. But this company has a balance of strong financial performance, but its only opportunities coming up are going to be new markets rather than any other growth in just because the market's growing. It doesn't necessarily mean most kids coming onto starting the business up now will be looking at ChatGPT. They won't be looking at specialized software. It's as simple as that. So if you are investing in it, it's going to be small window of opportunity rather than long term. But check it out for yourself because you might see something that I'm not seeing. Okay, so that's it for now. I think we'll leave it there. If you like the video, hit the like button, leave me comments, let me know what companies you want me to research next. Subscribe if you've not been here before, and hit the like bell for future notifications. Usual stuff, you know the routine, you've been on YouTube for long enough. So that's it for now. Ta-ta, I'll see you next week.